Hey guys, good evening, welcome back. Well, tonight I want to do a small video about my Legions Imperialis terrain boards that I've done and the buildings. As you can see in front of you, I've got the elevated, what they're called, elevated platforms. Elevated plaza. I bought one box of them. Painted them the same as the road sections that I'd already had for a while. A bit of brass on the side, and gold steps, and I did a large H helicopter pad. They're done with the sponging technique after painting them black, and then just 3 light brown greys, and then a really thin, like a wash, I suppose. Just trying to put them into the cracks and crevices everywhere, and I think it looks great. They certainly look good on the table. I've posted some photos on my Facebook page, and I'm quite impressed with them. So, and then I've got the roads. I've got the T section. This one is matte varnished. Yeah, this one's been matte varnished. The others haven't. I'm waiting for it to warm up. Really impressed with the quality of the finish of them. Just a shame that there's not like a corner. You've only got T sections, the crossings, and the straights. These are again done the same colours as the plaza, and then the roads was done with 3 different colours of blue, and that was sponged on. The stripes I marked out with tape and then sponged on again. And yeah, there's a few mistakes, but I think when it's all put together you don't actually see it. So that was the T section. This is the cross. This one's actually had a little bit of airbrushing, black splodges on it, just to make it look a bit more interesting. Not sure if I like it, and I haven't done any more, so I need to see if I'm going to do any more. And that's the straight. This one isn't varnished. This one still needs varnishing. So yeah, that's the plates. And then the buildings. I started off and I did a load of buildings in like a sand desert colour, black roof. The door's really weathered, silver windows, and just quite quick, easy to do, easy to replicate. And then obviously we've got the ruins. These are used, some of the bits from the normal Civitas Imperialis section box, and then combined with the ruins on the top to make a larger ruined building. I've obviously got some smaller pieces that will fit onto the top of some of these buildings. And this one's obviously got sand all at the top of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do them all like this. I'm not sure. I don't know if I like it. So there is a lot more that still need, like these bits airbrushing blue and then white. And then on the side I've done all the lights as well. So these pieces are still airbrushing, but I just need to get them all together and done. And once I'd finished all the sand buildings, there's one more here. I didn't know what to do with the smaller pieces. This is another building, and this piece, I believe, this piece comes off. I've left these pieces quite modular, so they can go on top of anything you like. You know, these just clip in together like that. Yeah, so that's that. And they're the sand-coloured buildings. And when the next load of scenery that I did, I wanted the the industrial scenery. So I went out and I got the big box of I don't know what it's called, but the industrial scenery. And yeah, so I built these. Some of them are built like the instructions, like this one, apart from I cut the ladder off, so it's like there's a ladder to a platform, ladder to a platform, ladder to platform, all the way to the top, and then obviously the crane is done. I just don't want to do them quickly, so it's like a metal colour, yellow, and then a really dark wash over the yellow, and then some brass. And yeah, just to sort of break it up a little bit. I think actually they look really good, and I think with like these, they look really good. What I think I might do is I may put a white stripe around these if I mask it off and airbrush it. Again, they all need matte varnishing, but unfortunately here in the last few weeks it's been quite wet and cold, so I didn't get around to doing it. But what I've done is then, when I was looking for inspiration for these for the industrial terrain, I didn't really see much on Google and YouTube for combining the industrial terrain with the normal Civitas Imperialis. So I came up with a few ideas myself, and Reddit had a few ideas, not really a lot. So I made something myself. So this one looks like it should be a generator building. That works, yeah. With a big generator on top and some sort of shield generator. You can actually glue the pipes on here, and then when it's on the floor, these look like they go into the ground. Again, the doors need weathering, and I'll probably spray the lights blue as well to give them the look of the rest of the buildings. But I thought I'd do like a dark blue building for the industrial side of the city, and then the sand coloured for the people side of things. And then, yeah, obviously I did another one. This one's slightly lower, and it's got two look like fuel tank pieces on the side. This took a little bit of cutting and hacking and to get it to fit flush against the building. It's not perfectly flush. There's still a few pieces here that I'm not sure how I'm going to fill them. Probably put some spare pieces of pipe on there or whatever. And then obviously a fuel tank on top with a vent, and then power supplies and pipes and the little oil barrels and ammo crates. That looks really good. Again, I probably need to weather the windows to make them doodle them down a bit. I did like a shield generator one, so this can go like and just sit on top of any of the buildings. Use the pieces from the Civitas Imperialis bits that go on the roof for the shield generators. Are very cool. What they're for, I don't know. I also did this is one of the smaller bits that were left over from the ruins, so I glued it all together, cut this piece off myself, and then used two broken pipes to make it look a little bit more interesting. I did a low building with a fan on top, and then a couple of the silos and the pipelines, and obviously just did the pipes silver and then some brass with a wash. And yeah, that's those pipes. And again, another load more of low level pipes, again with a generator and a vent and some sort of oil platform. Again, like just a really dark red, and then a wash and then dry brush over the top. Really simple, really quick, easy to do. But you can also combine, like this one's got a fuel tank stuck to the side of it. Just fits nicely in there, just a bit of super glue on it, and it fits nicely. Another sort of oil tank idea, a larger one, just cut the bottom off this and it sits flat. Again, if you get a bigger building, one of the old one, you just sit on top, it just makes it a bit more interesting. And then another one with a fuel tank on top. And the fun bit about this is it'll just, it won't fit on there because of the thing, but it should fit. They do slot. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. And they slot into each other like that. Somehow, yeah, there we go. Yeah, and then you've got an extra height building. They're really good kits. They're quite expensive for what you get, but when the table's all together, it looks good. And again, just a loose piece with a little vent on, just for the top of buildings, or like a marker or something on the table. A smaller building with a fuel tank on the top. And then it got a little bit more interesting. I started to experiment with these. These are buildings with the pipes on top, and then between them, if you use on the corner pieces here, you can actually join them with a small plastic piece, and it sort of strengthens the build when you build them. Okay, and if you put 4 of them together, you make like a nice stand. And because it's meant to go on these height of buildings, it's the same height for your pipelines. So it looks like it's got a nice support. So when you lay it on the table, it just adds a bit of height. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that properly, but when you lay it like that, yeah, and everything's nice and flat. So this one looks like it's a bit of pipeline over the top of buildings with a fan in the top, and a couple of supplies on one of the roofs. And that worked really well. I was quite impressed with that one. So I thought I'd be quite clever and go a little stage further. So this one is actually 2 levels of the small Civitas Imperialis with the longer struts to make it look like they're supported by buildings. In the middle, there's 4 of the oil tankers. On the top, another big one, a wider one, and then a smaller one with a vent on top. And then a half of like a power node or something with another vent. And then on the side, I did pipes that came off. This one goes off to a vent. And again, with 4 of these things glued together, you make like a square piece that supports it. And then off to the other building where there's like some other vent and it sort of does a loop and whatever. You know, just makes it a bit more interesting. And obviously it'll break up the table. And again, with the blue for the industrial and the sand colour for the non-industrial, I think it just makes a little bit of a nice combination. The buildings are actually using almost the same colours as the road. I didn't go quite as light. So when you actually put them on and then you add the sandy coloured buildings, it doesn't add too many different colours to the board. So it doesn't make it too busy. So the armies will still pop. That was my idea anyway. Now let me know what you think. Should I maybe do a little bit more details on the buildings, add a bit more colour? Don't know. I quite like the way they are. They're quite subtle. Don't want too busy. And then obviously with the industrial stuff, you know, this is a nice big building. It takes up quite a lot of space, so it'll block a lot of line of sight. And yeah, obviously, I mean, you can make your own rules up. If it explodes, if you get hit by a titan or whatever, you can do it that it'll explode. And maybe like 6 inches or whatever. So yeah, there's loads of options there. So yeah, that's a quick video for tonight. We did buy 2 of the large city boxes, so we've got some really nice big buildings that are all in the box. I don't want to get them all out. I may do a video of the table when I get the table built up. And then this is about there's still some more in the box, but this is about half of the big stuff of what you get in the industrial sector box, the big box. There is a load more to build, but I sort of stopped coming up with ideas, and I want to lay it all out on the table, see what I need, see what I'm going to build, and see if I need another box of the Civitas Imperialis buildings, a smaller box maybe, just to sort of top up. But I don't know yet. I'll have to see what I want to do and see how much I need. I quite like the idea of having like on the top of here, like a big cathedral or something that fits nicely on here. And yeah, just maybe like get something 3D printed with a big dome on the top, like some sort of palace, or maybe like a sort of church idea. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, let me know what you think. All right, that's me done. I'm done babbling tonight. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, and see you later.